Warning: the following content is presented by characters with no formal education. Although the opinions expressed are solely that of the characters, the concepts and numbers are real. Viewer attention is advised.
What up, Lab Stars? It's the very first episode of Basic Politics. So for our topic today, we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to start with the numbers. Welcome to Basic Politics. You are now rocking with the urban scientist, Tony Cap Gaines, Black Grover Norquist. The pledge to promote the general welfare is coming soon. This is the first episode of Basic Politics. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm excited. I know you got a world of questions, so let's go ahead and get to it, starting with the first question. The show is called Basic Politics. Why is dude wearing the lab coat? I'll tell you why. Because I'm the urban scientist. I represent the scientific breakthroughs of the hood. And one day, I was pondering the things that a person like myself would ponder when I had a revelation. I had an epiphany. I realized that there are a lot of voters walking around that may be missing 4 basic elements when it comes to voting. And these days, we hear a lot of grandstanding, a lot of, we need to lower taxes, we need to raise taxes, we need to stop the spending. But how do we know if any of that is true if we don't have a basis for those numbers in the first place? Well, that's what we do at Basic Politics. We lay the foundation. And if you tune in every week, you will find yourself having deep, in-depth political conversations and using names like Nancy Pelosi and Lindsey Graham and Elizabeth Warren. One of those was a guy. Can you guess which one? Creating informed voters is the goal of Basic Politics. And we're going to have a good time because I like to have a good time. I like to be a little silly. I like to be a little stupid. I like to watch Jenna Marbles. Pipe the fuck down! This is going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to go over the basic 4 and get into our topic for today as soon as we get back from this scheduled edited break. I'll be back before you know I was gone. And we're back. I just love a good scheduled edited break. Now let's get into the basic 4. What are the 4 basic elements that can help create more informed voters? There's only 4 of them. What could they be? For the first time in the history of Basic Politics, let's run those numbers. The first of the basic 4 is the GDP, or the gross domestic product. But all us cool kids down at the playground, we call it the GDP. The gross domestic product is a total of everything that was produced in a year. And that's it. Don't matter if you sold it, don't matter if it's sitting on the shelf, don't matter if somebody's in line at Walmart trying to take that shit back. If you produced a good or provided a service inside of the year, it counts towards the gross domestic product. That's a very important number. The second 2 of the basic 4 is tax revenues. How much money are we taking from every man, woman, child, and corporation in the country? How much money are we gathering to spend on the common good of everyone? Knowing the tax revenues is important. How you know we need to cut taxes if you don't know how much taxes we taking in? How you know we need to cut spending if you don't know how much taxes we taking in? You gotta know how much we're taking in tax revenues. What's number 3? 3 of the basic 4 is the budget. How much are we slated to spend every year? We just talked about how much we're taking in the tax revenues. How much are we going to actually spend? Are we going to spend less than we have? Are we going to spend more than we have? Are we going to spend all of it? Can we actually spend more than we have? That's a very interesting question. Some shit that we're going to get into. But what's number 4? 4 of 4. What could be the 4th of the basic 4? It's the debt. How much do we owe as a country? You know, we get our debt by giving out these treasury bonds, kind of like IOUs with interest. Like, hey, dog, you know, you let me hold on to something, I can give it back to you with interest. You know what I'm saying? It might be 10, 20, it might be 30 years. You know what I'm saying? My kids might be grown before you see that money back, but I got you, though, homie. I got you. That's how we get our debt. So, should we have debt? Should we not have debt? Those are very good questions. But you gotta know what our national debt is. And that is the basic 4 things that will help create more foreign voters. Just to go over them real quick, you got GDP, or the gross domestic product, tax revenues, the budget, and the debt. And that's the basic 4. Every episode run through the basic 4, and then we get into our topic of the day, which, because it's the first episode, we're gonna talk about how the basic 4 numbers work together. That's what we doing. See you after this scheduled edited break. All right, so how do these numbers work together? Are they like, hey man, you get him over here, and I'm gonna jump out and divide on his ass? Like, how do these numbers work together? All right, well, let's take a look at it. First, let's start with the debt. Is it cool to borrow money as a nation? Is it cool to just have, debt? Well, yeah, it's cool to have debt if you're going to do something good with it, like raise the GDP. You borrow a bunch of money and you get it to the right people, like you get a check and you get a check. And those people are producing more goods and services, hiring more people, creating more jobs, then the GDP goes up. It's cool to borrow money if the GDP is going to go up substantially. When the GDP goes up, more people have money in their pocket and they usually spend more money, which means tax revenues also go up. So if you're going to borrow a grip of money and the GDP going to go up and the tax revenues is going to go up, then have at it. All day long we with that. There's also something else you can do with the money you borrow. You can consolidate your budget. If you're going to borrow a bunch of money and start paying shit off early and dropping interest rates, hitting up people like, hey man, hey, that little bit of scratch I owe you, I got that right now. You need to come through get that right now. Then it's cool. Have at it. But when you borrowing a bunch of money, the GDP ain't going up, the tax revenues ain't going up, and the budget's only getting bigger, that means you tricking off the bread, man. You can't have that. Like, what you doing? You down there, you all in Vegas, you all at the casinos, you all with the chicks, like you tricking off the bread. We cannot have that. We cannot have you tricking off the dough. You already know what happened. Gotta cancel that. But yes, it's cool to borrow money if you're gonna raise the GDP, raise the tax revenues, and consolidate the budget. And you can plainly see when you have a grip of the basic 4, that these things are being done with the money being borrowed. And that's the heart of our topic today. And that's the type of thing that we're going to do every episode at Basic Politics. This episode ran a little long because it's the first one. I hope you really enjoyed it. Is the shit on yet? We're going to have a good time. And it looked like it's working already. Hey, something's happening over here. Can y'all motherfuckers see me? I don't know. Can you see this? Hey. Can you guys still see me? Can y'all motherfuckers see me? Hey, we need tech support. No, I don't understand. No, I don't understand how this is happening. No, it's a camcorder. This should not be happening. The shit look like it's on. No, we need to get some kind of tech support. Y'all bitch ass bleeding heart liberal pussies. Y'all listening to him? Y'all listening to him talk that bullshit about politics and numbers and all of that bullshit? Man, fuck all that shit. I get that motherfucking paper. I get that guap. I get that motherfucking bread. Off of my hood, they call me the motherfucking guaposaurus. Y'all don't even know who the fuck I am. You don't even know who you fucking with. I'm Elephant Dog, the GOPOG.
Bom bom. Bom bom. Bom bom. Bom bom.
And I want y'all bitches to know what a real Republican gangster look like when he getting that motherfucking bread. These motherfuckers up in my hood, they be like, yo, Elephant Dog, why the fuck is you a Republican? Cause they give me the gun, stupid. Then these motherfuckers be like, Ain't it rules and regulations in selling guns? No, not in the South it ain't. I have my motherfuckers come from Chicago and LA and the most violent cities on the planet, and I sell them whatever the fuck they want. And they take these guns back to their cities and they murder innocent women and children. Personally, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you do. As long as you come correct with my paper, I don't give a fuck who you kill with this shit. And it's perfectly fucking legal. If I was at Walmart or a pawn shop or some bullshit like that, then I have to be checking IDs and all that other shit to sell guns. But the Republican Party make it so I can sell these motherfucking guns to anybody I want with no questions asked. Any motherfucking walking up and down the street, I can sell their ass a finger-operated mechanism of death. As long as the GOP keep me with these motherfucking guns, keep this motherfucking money in my pocket, I'm down for life. I don't give a fuck. Elephant dog. And it ain't shit you bitches can do about it. It ain't shit you pussy ass liberal bitches can do about it. Cause we got that paper over here. We got that motherfucking bread. And when I'm creeping on your motherfucking ass in the middle of the night, when I'm all up in your house, while you deep in that REM sleep, and I'm creeping up, and I'm all on the side of your bed with this pistol to your motherfucking head, what the fuck you gonna do about it? Nothing. Ain't nothing you can do. Elephant dog. Whoa, I don't know what that was or how Buddy interrupted the show like that, but he's a crazy person. I need to make sure that that does not happen again. But we also need to make sure that he don't get no more guns because he's nuts. We need to change the gun legislation. We need to change the way that we handle individual gun purchases and just make sure that dude don't get no more guns in his hands. And we can't have him interrupting the show again. But outside of that, I say this was a good first show. I had a good time. I think you had a good time too. And if you join me every Sunday, I'm gonna be dropping a new episode probably around Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening. I'm gonna try to get out the new episodes and we're gonna turn out some more informed voters. This was Basic Politics. I'm the Urban Scientist. Yeah, out.